Okay, so my science project is called paper chromatography, and what we're going to show you is like how the colors separated. So my purpose is that there are 3 primary colors: red, yellow, and blue, and all other colors separate. Like green separates from yellow, and blue makes green, and like basically, and like purple is like red, and purple's red and blue. And here's my purpose. Okay, so there are 3 primary colors: red, yellow, and blue. All other colors are made from primary colors. The purpose of my project is to use markers and paper chromatography to separate colors. My hypothesis is the primary colors will not separate. All other colors will separate into the primary colors. Black and brown markers will separate into many colors, not just the primary colors. They'll separate into more than the 3 primary colors. My materials were filter paper cut into a strip, so filter paper, a clear plastic cup, 1/8 of a cup of water, a paper clip, popsicle stick, and a wet erase vis-a-vis markers, and then a timer to keep the time on how long it's in there. And here's the vis-a-vis markers we used.
How come you picked those markers?
Because they separate the best. Like, we tried actually quite a few different markers, but we were looking at all the videos and they used vis-a-vis markers, so we ordered these from, I think, Amazon. Yeah, actually, here's how you would set it up. So here's the paper clip and the popsicle stick, and then here we have the paper under the filter paper. And basically, if there was water right in here, there's not since I'm holding it, but if there was, the water would go up the paper and it would carry the color with it, and it would separate the color because it would almost like smear and separate the colors. Yeah. Okay, so my procedure is cut the filter paper into a strip. What we did, we cut it into a strip. Then use a marker to draw a line 1 inch from the bottom of the paper. So we drew a line 1 inch, and this is about 1 inch right here, and we drew a line there. I think this is black. No, purple. Then you use the paper clip to connect the stick in the filter paper like this. Put 1/8 cup of water into the clear cup, which is this, and we put water in it. Then lay the stick on top of the clear cup like this, and then you would and you should make sure that the water's not actually touching the marker, because it has to go up the paper, because if it was touching here, it wouldn't really, it wouldn't separate. It has to.
So you put the marker inside the cup with a little bit of water.
Yeah, but it has to touch the paper, but not the marker.
Okay.
So you would want to put the water, if you were using this, about to right there on the cup. Not touching the marker, but yeah. Then you start the timer and take And here's what we did: is start the timer and take a picture every minute. And we went up to 7 minutes, so we could see this is our first minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute, fifth minute, and sixth minute, seventh minute. And then here's the strip when it was all done. Actually, it would go up all the way if you left it too long.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the colors would disappear. So to show it on our poster,
Yeah, I have a question.
at the end.
Oh, well, she asked questions. She asked questions. She asked questions during the middle of it.
And the presenter said, "Go ahead, Wilson. Very good."
And so we just kept it like this, not letting it go all the way up, and we took it out of the water at 7 minutes. Our observation hour, the water traveled up the filter paper, which was what we expected. Then the colors rose up with the water. The primary colors did not separate. The other colors separate into primary colors. If the strip was left in the water too long, the colors would travel all the way to the top and then disappear, which I was just saying.
Could you point out the different colors?
What? The different colors?
Yeah, right here in
Like
this.
on here?
Yeah,
Okay, so
so we can see on the video.
okay, so here you can see the yellow, like on the green you can kind of see the yellow down there.
Well, what are the colors that you used here?
That you started with.
Oh, with that we started with, well you can
Well, how about on the top? What's the top one?
This is red, this is orange, this is yellow. We didn't take a picture of the marker because we forgot to on that one. This one is green, this is blue, and this is purple.
And then over there is. Over there is.
Oh yeah, this is black and this is brown. You can tell by the color of paper we use. So yeah, our results were the primary colors: red, yellow, and blue did not separate. Orange separated into red and yellow. Green separated into blue and yellow. Purple did not separate. It should have separated into red and blue. Brown separated into yellow and orange. Black separated into red, yellow, and blue. Here's our report, here's my report. So I chose this project to see the really cool colors separate. I learned that primary colors don't separate, but all other colors do separate, except for purple that did not separate for us. I tried a lot of different markers, but none of them worked except for one that was on brown coffee filter. So it wasn't actually on the filter paper. It was actually on brown coffee filter. And this project's important because chromatography is important because scientists use chromatography to separate drugs and pollutants.
Drugs and pollutants?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And why don't you just tell them about the color wheel?
Oh yeah. So we had the color wheel. We drew the line. So this is blue, red, and yellow. And like blue and yellow mixed together would be green, and blue and red mixed together would be purple. That's how we did. And yellow and red would make orange. Yeah, and yeah. So that's how we showed the primary colors and the secondary colors. We didn't show black and brown, but because we didn't think we needed to show black and brown. Yeah. Okay.
People have questions?
Yeah. Does anyone have questions? Poppy, you said you.
Well, I didn't understand right away. I couldn't tell the different colors that you had here.
Oh.
But you've answered that question for me.
One thing thing, Wilson, you might tell us, we didn't start with filter paper.
Oh yeah, so we started with actually white coffee. No, we started with paper towel. And actually the paper towel works pretty well. And also, we started with, instead of a line, we just did a dot. And we saw in the videos they were doing lines. So we decided to do the line, and also it covers like the whole paper. As the dots, they're not really layers, and it doesn't, there's spaces in between. And so you can't really tell the colors separated. You can barely even tell when you just do dots. And we started off with paper towel, then we went to brown coffee filter, then white coffee filter. Then Mimi brought home some filter paper from her college, and we used that.
And that worked the best?
Yeah, that worked definitely the best.
That's probably because it was filter paper.
Wilson, who did all this typing?
I did.
On the computer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wilson, that is impressive.
Okay, so it's customary for the audience to clap.
No, we're still in the Q&A.
No, you clap before the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Everybody should clap. Yeah. And then you clap again after the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
Wilson, what is the most important thing or interesting thing you learned about this science project?
I think it was really cool.
Jane, do you have any questions?
I think it was really cool that I learned that primary colors don't separate, and I didn't know that before that because they're just one color. They're not made of different colors. They're just made of one color, and that's what I learned, and I thought was really interesting.
Wilson, as someone who's colorblind, did you think this project was particularly challenging?
No.
We don't call that blind, we call that color challenge.
Okay,
Yeah,
and Wilson, so you're not, but you had a hard time pointing out which one over here is actually the green sample
What?
or the yellow sample because of your color challenge.
I know, but I can see by the paper.
Uh-huh. So you don't think that for someone who's color challenged, this was a hard project?
No.
Okay.
Why would it be?
Okay, I think we need to wrap we need to wrap this up and get ready for the next presentation.
I have one question. Wilson, what was the hardest part?
The hardest part was probably, well, probably when we had to cut the filter paper,
Okay.
cutting it straight.
Grammy, did you have any questions?
Well, I just like to ask Wilson what he thinks he might do with all this new information, and what kind of job do you think you might have that this would really come in handy, and you'd have to know all this?
Go back to your report. Why is this important?
Oh,
Because who uses this?
scientists use it, so chromatography. So if I did do this kind of thing, I would be a scientist. So
And do you think, like, in medicines, where they're different colors, do you think that might be a use for this information? Maybe.
That's weird, Dad. That's weird. Stop.
That was wonderful. When do you have to present this?
what? When at the science fair, but I'm not gonna be there for the real science fair. At my school, we're just going to be able to drop us a project since I'm going to have a practice game for baseball, so I'm not going to be able
Well,
to...
the science fair is Thursday.
Yeah.
And they'll set up Thursday morning, and his class will probably go through the science fair, so he might share it with his class on Thursday.
Yeah,
But
but...
he can't go to the one that's... Oh, are you still there? It says it's paused. Oh, okay. Are you there, Ann? Nope. We lost her.
Okay, let's have another round of applause. Yay! Outstanding job, Wilson. Outstanding.
She's back.